Hey, Mike. So they had 2 offensive rebounds in the first half and 13 in the second half. What changed?
I think they got bigger, if that's possible, at the half, Hank. And you can say what you want about a pause. Pause is not the reason we lost. Your conditioning is affected by the pause. It was against Georgia Tech. It's hard to simulate in practice. You don't want to get somebody banged up in practice. I saw the same look in the Georgia Tech game. Again, Georgia Tech outplayed us and won the game. North Carolina outplayed us and won the game. You combine some conditioning issues, and then you're banging with it's like they've got 7 big people. That's hard. My guys did everything they could. We just didn't have quite enough to win it.
And Keve has been a surprise in the ACC this year.
What gave that away, Hank?
Huh?
What gave that away?
His numbers.
Yeah, they're pretty good.
Been really good. Probably could have been first team all ACC. He's been really good, but was kind of a non-factor tonight. How do you expect him to respond to that?
He looked a little spooked. And he's played against so many really good, really good frontline defenders in our league. He had some looks at it that he's had all year, and he looked a little hesitant. I'm not sure what to attribute that to. He had good looks from 3. I really don't know how to answer, but I agree with you. It was a little hesitant.
Thank you, Mike.
Thanks, Hank.
Mike Barber.
Yeah, Mike, along the similar lines, you guys worked so hard to get bigger and more experienced in the front court this year. Was this the first game that you really felt overmatched again in the front court the way it was last season?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Any more for you, Mike?
Is there an answer when you have a matchup like that? I mean, you don't know obviously what your draw is going to be in the NCAAs, but
I hope that you get favorable caroms. Boy, we were physical on the glass in the first half, but gosh sakes, they gobbled up. Essentially gobbled up what appeared to be every carom in the second half, and we'll be fine with whomever we draw out there. I think we got one out of our system. We look forward to getting it to Indianapolis.
David Teal.
Mike, Justin and Tyrese especially seem very effective playing the angles and the post defensively and denying entry passes. Was that the only way you could go about it, given their preponderance to feed in the post?
Yeah, gosh, Dave, we got so much on their plate. We're helping off of him. We're guarding Walton. We want to short close on him. We tinkered pressuring the ball on the perimeter when they play high-low with Garrison and whomever else might be in the high post. Garrison can make a 3. Just kind of different looks. We got nicked. We got hurt with some ball screen action about the 12-minute mark of the second half. They're playing pretty well right now. Played a good ball game tonight, and needless to say, David, we all know it. They have good players, and they outplayed us a little bit.
And as difficult as their size is to deal with, just what about their pace? They had 20 fast break points tonight, which is very unusual for your team to give up.
Yeah, it is. Thought everything was spot on, really good at the half. They had a made 3 opposite our bench. They did have a couple of fast break baskets, but the score was where we wanted it. What was it, 35-32, which is, good. I told you guys early in the week that I thought we had to keep it in the 50s, low 60s. And needless to say, they got after us in the second half.
Mark Berman.
Hey, Mike, tough one there. You had said on Monday and Tuesday you felt better about the coming out of the layoff this time because you guys had been able to practice all during this time and had most of your guys available in practice. So had you privately been worried about the conditioning though? How did the conditioning kind of become a factor during the layoff since you guys were able to?
I didn't say I did. North Carolina won the game, Mark. All right, let's make that very clear. All right, I've never wavered in that assessment. Okay. But again, as I said earlier, we can do everything possible to maintain. This is a hard game, man. This is fast and it's big and physical, and lose a bit of sharpness when you go, that kind of period. But cannot ask another thing from our Hokie team. Those guys gave me everything in their tank. We came up against a North Carolina team that's playing pretty well at the right time.
Right. When you mentioned conditioning here, I mean, so was that something you were privately worried about, or just?
Yes. Yeah, I was.
Did you see it most effective, on display in the second half with rebounding or defense or both?
I think kind of across the board. A couple of miscues. I thought we still got to our stuff and still got great shots, and we hung in there. It wasn't due to a lack of offense. We didn't have enough left to get that defensive stop, 3 defensive stops in a row, 3 defensive rebounds in a row. We did cut it back to 4 or 5 at about the 3-minute mark. I called timeout. I think we cut it back to 5, and I called timeout, which I never do. But I just thought we're not going to win this thing. We're not going to get out of here playing like the way we're playing. And I couldn't turn the light switch back on. I tried. They tried. They really tried to reverse course, but not tonight.
And last question: had you seen in practice that the guys didn't have their legs, or had you seen?
No, or it's just so hard. Again, it's just so hard to replicate playing a game in this league. It's so hard to replicate playing a game in the Atlantic Coast Conference tournament against the North Carolina Tar Heels. It's difficult. And I did spend an inordinate amount of time, with our staff, and what more could we do? But we're way into this thing, and I'm not one to pound on them ever for 3 hours a day and run them and conditioning. They're big, strong, athletic, well-conditioned people. It just that game pace and that game physicality that you miss.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
A couple more, Norm Wood.
Mike, Keve hit a little jump hook with 11 minutes left. It got 49 all at that point, and then that's when Carolina went on 11-2 run after that and kind of got a little cushion there. Just before Keve hit that jump hook, he had a media timeout, 11:43 left. As you kind of gathered the guys over there at that point, is that when you kind of sensed the air was coming out of the balloon a little bit?
It wasn't, Norm. It wasn't. It wasn't. The best group, I've said it a bunch, the best group, God, they want to. They've got the want to, and they want to do exactly what you ask. Just a bit of a faraway look, not that same level of engagement that I see so often, throughout the course of the year. Nothing intentional they want to lay it on the line. They want to play the right way. And yeah, the other thing, Norm,
They were effective.
goodness gracious, man, you guys are enormous. And we hadn't seen them in the regular season. So I don't know what more to add.
Well, we've talked a lot about how you were concerned about conditioning coming into this. You've seen it now. What do you do over the course of about a week to 8 days here to get it back again? Is there, or do you feel like there's kind of an accumulative effect of just continuing to practice?
I thought, we're going to play. You guys know how I feel about Steve Forbes and the Demon Deacons. We're going to play somebody a little bit better than Wake Forest in round one. But I looked at the Georgia Tech game. I look at this game as kind of a restart and an opportunity to sharpen our teeth. And I think we can use this experience and carry it into the NCAA tournament, and we'll be just fine. I'm all over the place, Norm. We didn't play bad tonight. Now we did not play a poor basketball game. Just not quite good enough against a North Carolina team that's playing well.
Thanks, man.
Thanks, Norm.
Last one, Gene Wayne.
Mike, how much of this game film are you planning to watch going into the NCAA tournament, given that you're probably not going to see a team that's as physical and as long as Carolina is in the first round?
I'll watch it tonight, Gene. I'll watch it tonight. Curious, more of just I love my team and I love watching them play. There'll be some frustration in the second half, but I'm gonna feel really good about some things throughout the course of the game too, and we'll watch some of it on Saturday. We'll take tomorrow off. We'll watch some of it on Saturday. I'm not one to beat them over the head with a bunch of film. We'll watch 15 minutes of it, some good, some bad. And then, Sunday we'll find out, when, where, all that sort of thing as it pertains to Indianapolis. And I told them in there, our sadness will be replaced with sheer joy here real soon when we find out, what we're doing on Sunday.
Thank you, Mike.
Thanks, Gene.